The Throwback Thursday series is definitely all about you guys and the texture packs that you ask me to review or re-review every single week. And this week is no different, because in today's Throwback Thursday episode, we're going to be looking at the Excalibur Texture Pack by Syclone Studios. It comes with 4 free skins and it's rated 4.6 stars. It also costs 830 mine tokens and takes up 17 megabytes of size. And as an added bonus, it was last updated on the 28th of July 2025. So let's dive in and see just how good this texture pack looks today. The GUI for the Excalibur Texture Pack is very good at immersing you in the world. There's a custom background for the main menu and for the loading screen as well, and the buttons and most of the menus in general get a earthy brown color added to them, which helps with that medieval, dirty, gritty feeling that you get from this pack. Obviously, this brings back memories of like Robin Hood style films where you've got dirt, you've got grit, you've got kind of ugly browns and muddy textures all around, and they are represented simply by having a brown menu and a brown workstation to go into, and that could very easily be broken if you used a silver or a gray or a default color from these menus. So I very much do appreciate having this added. It's a very small touch which just keeps up the immersion, and then there are also small subtle icons added as well which help again with that immersion of the medieval feel. So it's a very good GUI in my opinion. And so when you load into a brand new world, this is what you're met with, at least in creative. We can look around. There is a heavy fog off in the distance. We've got darker greens and browns and very earthy textures going on here. There's a lighter blue and even softer, foggy distance kind of blue going around on the sky. And then there's a small circular, or at least as close to circular as possible, sun here too. So very, very gritty design straight away. This definitely feels like it's a medieval pack with airs of realism. And if we come over here and look at the water, I mean, the water is practically transparent. Like, that is some very clear visibility through here. I mean, very much made abundant by the looking at the squids here. We've got a red squid and we've got a blue squid. So we're dealing, if we can just get a squid there to prove that that is a normal squid, we are dealing with texture or mob variation here at the very least. And I would say texture variation too, because you can see it in the grass here. That grass block looks very different to that grass block. And I use the words very different very, very loosely, but it does look different. We can see the side here too. We've got that pixelated motion blur design as well. And in fact, I want to just have a quick look, because it does say in the description, yeah, it's 16 by 16 medieval textures with custom mob models, block and mob variations as well, and biome specific fog and atmosphere. So we can have a little look around. We've got kind of wavy sand, which, okay, somebody just died. We've got wavy sand, but it's very heavily motion blurred here. I don't want anybody to think that I'm glossing over that. That is a very motion blurry sand. Can I see it on my recording software? Yeah, you should be able to see that motion blur here. But I like the darkness of the greens. I think that's very good. I like the green of the bamboo. We've also got the podzol here as well, which is very pixelated from those 16 by 16 textures. And if we fly around, we've got some pandas over here. We've also got more of that. I think the water is beautiful, by the way. I genuinely think the water is beautiful. They said something about adding in rain ripples as well, but I don't play with the weather cycle on, which can be a bit annoying, I'm afraid. I can't make it rain, can I? Weather, rain. Oh, yes, I can. Here we go. So apparently there's supposed to be immersive rain ripples, and there is, even on the standard ground here too. Oh, that's nice. Okay, now I gave this pack, when I looked at it originally, I gave this pack a 7 out of 10, and there could be a number of reasons for that. I don't go back and watch my reviews. I don't want my opinions tainted, but there could be any number of reasons for why I said 7. 7's slightly above average. I didn't always like realism style texture packs, and this can definitely like linger and teeter on the edge of a realism pack at least. I like the medieval aspect though. We've got some sheep here. You know what? I like the faces. I definitely wouldn't have liked the faces when I first started doing texture pack reviews, but I actually really like the faces. I like the model of it. I like the way the ears stick out. It gives it some character. It's definitely stepping away from that Minecraft feel. It's not your vanilla sheep here. If we shear him as well, he's very naked. Literally no indication of what color he is until he eats. So there we go. And that I'm assuming is going to be the same for the black sheep. Yeah, okay. But I like, you know what it is for me? It's the nose. The nose is what does it. The ears give him some cheeky character, but the nose is what really breaks it and makes it look very, not breaks it, makes it look very, very good. Let's fly over here as well. We can see a bit more of the sand. We get that warm orange. Wait a minute, is this red sand? It is red sand. Okay, so it's different to the yellow. Yeah, look, here's normal sand. Okay. You know what? Coming to this, I just thought maybe the sun was on it a bit more or something. No, it is red sand. That's actually quite a subtle change for what I'm usually expecting from sand to red sand. I know obviously it is a change, but I actually expected a lot more. I need that breeze back. Thank you very much. I mean, a lot more of a color change. Sorry. I liked it though. I think that was very, very nice. Let's come over here. We got some gravel. Not a fan of the gravel. That's a little bit too noise. Too much static there, to be honest with you. It's not exactly a texture that I'm interested in. Not getting a ton of other spawns, so we can just use our spawn eggs. Let's go. We got a chicken. Okay. That feels very vanilla. Alright. I mean, it's not. At least I don't think it is, but it does feel very vanilla. We are on the edge of a warm biome. So we do get changes here too. Oh, these are quite noisy here. Got the little chicklet there. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, that is very noisy. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Okay. It feels a little bit too vanilla. Obviously, the sheep still felt... Well, it didn't feel vanilla. It felt like it changed. The chicken does feel vanilla, though. The cow... Okay, I like the color change. The color change is cool. Again, it's the nose doing it for me there, too. It does say mob variants. There's a baby one that's got a variation. Ah, here we go. Yeah, we are firing out some mob variants here on the cows. Very good. Always a fan of mob variations. Makes the world feel a lot more alive. And then these ones... Wait a minute. Okay, so these guys have the horns that go straight up on their head. These guys have the more L-shaped horns for those hot temperatures. Very blurry, though. No matter how much I like the model, it's a very blurry texture. I'm never a fan of those, unfortunately. And then we're going to grab the pig as well. So let's spawn in a few of these. We've got some warthog-looking pigs. Black and brown. Okay. And then if we come over here. Oh, the more standard pig ones. The pink and the lighter pink. And again, I like the ears. The ears make them look cheeky. But that is heavy pixel. I don't know why. Like, really grates me having that pixelization. Like, I wish there was a way to just blend that in, but I guess not, or I guess it's not easy to do. I don't know. I feel like I've seen some texture packs do it better than this does, though, unfortunately. Let's go and get a horse and see how these guys look. Okay. I mean, yeah, the pixelization works with the overall feel of the pack. Not breaking any immersion there. That does feel like it belongs, at least. I like this one. I think this one looks really nice. I like the hair, the kind of golden hair on the back. Very good. Skeleton horse. Okay. Eggshell white. I'm a fan of that. The transparency leaves a bit to be desired on the side. Very good from the front, but I like the eggshell white. I hope that's consistent throughout the pack. And then the zombie horse. Okay, we've gone for like a paler khaki colored zombie horse. Are there any variations? Why would there be? Do these horses even appear in survival? No immediate variation there, unfortunately. But okay, we've seen a lot of the mobs. I'm a fan of the darker, grittier color. And I'm a fan of the mob models, but not the pixelization and the blur that we're getting, I'm afraid. Let's go and find a village, and let's see what villagers look like. And for all of you Lush Cave biome fans out there, let's have a look at a Lush Caves biome in this texture pack by flying through a dark cave and trying to give you as much of an impression of a Lush Cave as possible. Alright then, so we're above an acacia village now, and again that dark and grittiness really carrying on here with the wood. Now the acacia trees, we'll see them a little bit more, and the families as well in the armory. Sorry, Alexa's speaking behind me, it's getting on my nerves, but still, we have also got the acacia slabs. You can see the dirt and the shadow on them, adding that gritty feel as well. There's some yellow terracotta, not your plain terracotta here. We've got some texturing going on, which actually doesn't feel heavily like it's pixeled, it's pixel art, it's pixel design, it's pixel drawing, it's pixel textured, but it doesn't feel like crazy pixelization, which is good. If we come over here as well, we've got blur on the banner. Hello, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I like that hay bale. That's a very nice hay bale for this pack. The iron golem kind of looks a little bit like an iron knight. I like that. Again, the darker colors doing very, very well. I like the little red elements into it as well. You're not going to give me a variation, are you? No, that's a shame. But hey, no problem. I like it. And then villagers round here. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, your eyes feel weird. Why do your eyes feel weird? Let's spawn a few of you guys in. Okay, so we've got diversity straight away. Very pixelized face here, although your eyes looked better. You guys have better eyes. Like, you guys have... No, you don't. You don't have better eyes. You do? Or is that your eyebrows? Hold still, buddy. No, that's your eyebrows. Okay, they've got little dot eyes. I suppose that's a 16 by 16 texture coming into effect. I like the outfits, though. Hello, mate. You aren't anything. You're a nitwit. I thought that was loading in. How you doing, buddy? You good? There's some good detailing here. The hats hide the foreheads. Very nice. I've also just overpopulated this village a bit now. Yeah, I mean, you know what? It fits the theme perfectly. The darker colors, the dirt, the grit. You can tell these guys have been working for a long, long time to make their village prosper. You can add lore here. I think this is cool so far. Again, just questions on the pixelization and the blur. I'm probably going to mention that quite a lot. But other than that, yeah, I'm liking it. I can see why I gave this a 7. Let's set it to nighttime, and let's see how hostile mobs look. And so as the sun sets off in the distance, we can see the color change from a standard grass to the acacia grass. That green into the yellow looks very nice. The world does feel darker. You've got the moon there as well, again with that pixelization, but there's some good shading going on here too. And before I drink the night vision potion, I just want to say to everybody who watches these videos as soon as they're posting, I'm very sorry that this video was late. If you're watching this off in the future, you're not going to care because you were late, basically. But to all of you who are super, super loyal and catch it as soon as you can, as soon as you get that notification, as soon as 6 p.m. UK time comes, I do apologize that I was late, okay? I want to let you know I see you and thank you so much. I will try to do better. But with that in mind, now remember, arachnophobia warning, ladies and gentlemen, there will be spiders here. Let's get down here and see. A somewhat realism texture pack. How spidery are these spiders going to look? Let's get straight in. Not very. This keeps that Minecraft feel that obviously they've got some pincers on their face, but they haven't pushed into the elements of realism here. Okay, I can appreciate it. We're going for a gritty medieval Minecraft world. I can live with that. We've got skeletons here as well. Ooh. Ooh, I don't like that. Now, I have to check. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. I can't quite tell. Yeah, it is a consistent bone color, so that's good. But wow, I don't like that. It looks like a checkerboard. That is way too much pixelization. Are there actually people out there who like this style of art? I'm not judging. I just don't understand. It's not something I do. So I'm not judging you at all. You're not going to get any like negativity from me if you say, yeah, I like this art. Absolutely not. It's just not for me, I guess. And if we come down here, we've got a villager. We've got a zombie, sorry. You know what? It's because he's not green. If he was green, I'd be like, oh, yeah, villager. But he's not green. In fact, he's the set. So there's color consistency here as well for the zombie horse and the zombie. All right, heavily pixeled again. You know what? I didn't check. Any variation? Not looking like it, I have to say. All right, the pigs, the cows, the sheep. Well, the sheep are varied anyway. The chickens have variation, but there are more than 4 mobs in Minecraft. And all right, the squids as well. So there are more than 5 mobs in Minecraft. Where are my zombie variations? Where are my skeleton variations? And no, wearing armor does not count. Where's that spider? Secondary arachnophobia warning here, because I just want to see, do we get any spider variations? That's a short grass. Nope. Couldn't give me a brown one? Doesn't look like... Oh, at least they're not popping in a lot. But none of the hostile mobs seem to have a variation. That's a shame. I'm going to take this creeper with his scary face. Okay, hang on. We're going to get away from those spiders to make it alright for everybody to watch. Let's place him down. It's kind of like the scarecrow from Batman Begins. With the mouth being torn from like a bag. There's elements of horror there. I see it. Again, no variation. Very minimal detail, but you know what? It chills me to my core. I don't like it, which means I like it. Like, it's eerie. It's uncomfortable. I like that. Very disappointed by no hostile mob variations, though. You've got to give me hostile mob variations, especially if you're telling me that there are variations in the mobs and in the blocks. Like, sand doesn't appear to have any variation. Grass does. Admittedly, we haven't seen enough stone to look at that. But gravel doesn't. Dirt doesn't seem to either, at least not immediately. And then I want to go and try and find some stone. I know this is a hostile mob section, but I didn't look. Let's go and see. Stone. Let's see the stone blocks. Ooh. Ooh. Did I call gravel stone earlier? Or did I call stone gravel earlier even? Stone. Andesite. Oh. Yeah, that's not the nicest, you know. That is not the nicest. It's very noisy. Very difficult to see what we're going on. Like, I would say that this is copy and paste. The stone, the andesite, the diorite, the granite, all having that same pixely, motion blurry design. I would say copy and paste. Other people would say consistent. It's definitely on brand for the art style. But also, where's the block variation here? It's just variation in grass? That doesn't feel great. That doesn't feel great to me at all. Maybe, like, obviously we're looking at a small sample size here. So maybe we're not looking at enough. But it's not jumping out. And that's not good at all. Let's head out to the ocean. Let's go and see what an ocean monument looks like. Alright, so I've still got the night vision potion on. We're above an ocean monument at night. And that perfect transparency of the water. Let's just get rid of the night vision for a second. Alright, it looks really cool at night. It does look really cool. Very eerie at night. But when you get the night vision on, that transparency is perfect. And we get some really good prismarine design here. Let's get underwater, which is going to ruin it all for us. I like that. The green. Again, the darkness. That grittiness. I even like the sea lanterns as on brand, you know. That feels very nice. Okay. Alright, they're cooking here. This is nice. Prismarine, again though. Prismarine feeling like stone, andesite, granite, diorite. I need a bit more like difference going on there. But prismarine bricks, looking good. Dark prismarine. Okay, sticks to vanilla. Again, no variation though. I'm sorry, you're not selling me on a variation here. This could be another reason why it got knocked down in my original review. Let's open this up. Oh, hello. That's rather vanilla for this pack, isn't it? That's not even like heavily blurred. I mean, okay, I take it back. It's heavily pixelized. It is. But that still feels very vanilla for this. Okay. Minimal changes there. Good blue colors on the fawns, but that's about it. We've got some salmon here as well. How you guys doing? He's got his mouth open. Hello, mate. We've got a little guardian here. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Oh, I like the color. I like the color. Very good color. Can I pick you? Sir, can I pick you? Please? There you go. Let's just have a look. Nope. No mob variation there either. That is disappointing. And then down here we've got the drowned. Weird mouth. Almost like a fishy mouth. Doesn't look like a zombie. That's a benefit. Okay. No 3D elements to him. Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. On the side of his head, the back of his head. Looks like he got attacked by a two-forked pitchfork there. Okay. Okay. We're definitely sticking to those darker colors. We're sticking to grittiness. I really like the sea lantern. I'm just very disappointed in the lack of actual variation that I was promised, really. Let's head underground and let's go and see a trial chamber now. Gather around, my friends, and let me tell you a story. You see, for all the years that I've been playing Minecraft, and yes, there's not many, but for all the years that I've been playing Minecraft, I had no idea there was beds in a trial chamber and a barrel with jacket potatoes. This colors me confused right here, but okay, let's have a look around. So we've got the copper bulbs. I like it. It's weird. It's actually removed a lot of the blur that you see a lot of the time in this block. So I like that. The tough, very, very nice line design. I don't ever know what that's called in terms of like art and stuff, but the way the line art is done here, making it prominent, feels very nice. And then again, that dirtiness, that grittiness that you get of the block, I like it on the tough. I like it on these ones here for the chiseled. It's close to vanilla, but it's not quite. It fits the brand. The medieval brand is very good. We've got the different weathered states here as well of the bulbs, which is nice. And then you've got the actual copper blocks themselves. So, okay, it's not blurry. There is pixelization to it, but it does work. Okay, yeah, I like the color. I like this as well. This looks good for the grating. The tough is winning it for me here, though. I'm not going to lie to you. The tough is definitely winning it. And then if we have a look at the breeze, very pixeled head. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And again, I don't like the lack of actual mob variation. I don't like the lack of actual block variation. I feel like that's a mis-selling. Just because you've got it on pigs, chickens, and sheep and cows, it's not enough. And I keep forgetting the squid, but it's not enough. It really isn't. I'm sorry. Oh, that looks nice. Hello. What's going on here with a big G? Okay. This right here, polished tough. Very nice. That is a very nice wall. That looks very strong in my opinion. Okay, cool. Let's head over to the armory then. And let's see what everything looks like. And so we're here in the armory then, and one thing we're not going to see is variation because I haven't laid out the blocks in a way to guarantee variation. So we'd be lucky if we see any of that. But one thing we definitely will see is a lot of blur, a lot of pixelization, and a lot of grittiness. Now, I want to just say as well, ooh, that egg looks really nice. Okay, cool, cool. I just want to say as well though, so the blur and the pixelization, it's very good at helping with the grittiness of the pack. So I don't want to sit here and say this pack needs to be the cleanest pack ever made. It doesn't. I do feel like they could have toned it down a little bit though. Smoothed it out a little bit in areas. Like that netherrack is impossible to look at. It's so bad to look at. The netherite, or sorry, the ancient debris even, also doesn't look very good. The ores look good inside it. We've then also got this one here for the deep slate. I really like the way the gold peers through, even with that pixelization. And then you've got the stone. These are not the nicest blocks to look at. And I'm all there for dirt and grit. I'm all there for dirt and grit. I really am, but it's a bit too much. The copper blocks give me like an old school Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red style feel here. with the way they've been lit up, but they're not terrible at all. You've got the glass. Now, weirdly, some of the glass, why does white stained glass have a different design to everything else? Weird. Very strong, prominent borders, though. We've got the bundles, we've got the armor stands, and wow, okay, talk about dirty. For the different colored stuff like carpets, woolen beds. Same up there as well for the bundles. Let's keep flying through. The colors are consistently good, though. I like those. You know, there isn't like a green and then a darker green labeled as the green. You know, it's very consistent coloring. The iron door looks very strong. The copper door looks strong. If we pull back here to look at the trees as well, you can see the consistency in the colors. Very good. They've done the colors really well. For this pack, they've done the colors really well. The trees feel quite vanilla. There's the birch over there as well. I like the dirt on that. Maybe I just want a dirty pack, you know, I don't know, but here as well. Okay, there's some weird streaks on that. Like laminate flooring even for the jungle stairs. Okay. Good transparency, or, well, I say good, your standard transparency on the leaves. Nothing to really write home about, but nothing going wrong there either. That's nice. What's that? Stripped dark oak log. That is very... Oh, I didn't even notice that. The stripped logs have like... These ones have this... How it would look if you chopped a tree open. This one has like growth stuff on it. Okay. Weird that that one stands out as different, but alright. Fair enough. Mangrove. We got the cherry blossom. I really like the leaf, the falling leaf effects on cherry blossom. It just feels so much stronger than any other tree. I know they've added it for other trees, but it looks so much stronger. Good pink as well with that dirtiness too. Dark oak. Okay. Okay, look at that. The creaking heart is a face. And then the pale oak log actually has variation to it. Oh, that's really nice. That face is so nasty. I really like that. That's so good. The bamboo. It's got bits of blur. Weird that some... Oh, no, it's not weird because those are designed to be mosaic stairs. Okay, that makes sense. The crimson, the nylium, good blue. That is a very good blue color. And then if we come down here as well, we've got the concrete powder and concrete. Concrete feeling a lot more bricky than I think they wanted it to. Concrete powder looking like vanilla sand. What's that? Green concrete actually looks like mossy cobblestone. They've used concrete to feel like other stone brick designs. Okay, that's interesting. So a way to just throw in different types of building blocks there. That's cool. Then you got the terracotta with the glazed terracotta behind it. Right, okay. Some out there designs. I like this design. This cyan one's very nice. So instead of having like polished diorite and then polished deep slate or polished blackstone, you just get this and you get your little back and forth checkerboard design. Okay. They've kept the arrows. Weird. Honey and honeycomb. That doesn't feel the same, you know. Hold on, I have to check this. I know you guys are like, the armory's already long enough, Daz, but no, I have to check this. That isn't consistent, is it? The bone block is a different color to the zombie horse and the skeleton horse, and then by design or by extension, the actual skeleton itself. Gonna have to do some tidying up. Sorry, bro. I can't. Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. Sorry, mate. Let's carry on. We've got the what are these called? My brain's gone blank. Coral blocks. There we go. Coral blocks and dead coral blocks. Gravel, dirt, moss, mud. All that stuff. Very pixely. I like the mud design though. The mud designs are good. I say tidy up and I never do. But here we go. Okay, so what we got dealing with here. This is tough. Okay, the tough families. Very good. They look stronger in a wall than they do in blocky designs. So this is deep slate, right? Yeah, deep slate here. That's tidy up after yourself, please. Thank you very much. This is, by the way, this is quartz, I think. No, this is white concrete, actually. White concrete looking very bricky. Okay. Here we've got end stone, herpa. That would have rubbed me the wrong way back in the day. I need my purple block to be purple. So seeing that taken away definitely would have been a downvote for me. Here we've got the Netherrack, chiseled nether bricks, soul soil, soul sand, and the rest of the nether bricks and red nether bricks. Is the one at the back red nether brick? It is. There's hardly any red there. Okay. Resin and quartz. Okay. Yeah. Everything feels on brand though. Even if you might not like some of the designs or you might feel like it's a bit pixely, everything is on brand. It's very consistent. And yeah, I don't like some of these. Like, I don't like the andesite diorite granite style. I don't like the pixelization at all. I think the blocks are it's so weird that the blocks feel so weak yet so strong for me. I don't understand how they've done that. Let's get this. We've got bricks, blackstone here as well. Blackstone feels cool. We've got the different stone families. Mossy cobbles, mossy stone brick, sorry, feels very prominent on the moss. That's nice. We've got the stone and smooth stone here. And then cobblestone actually looking like brick. I don't like that. I like my cobbles. Mushroom stem, very dirty with the mushroom blocks. We've got the flowers, which are very pixelized. And then we've got the mobs here. So you've got the mite, which actually looks like a mouse. Okay. Turtle and turtle eggs. Let's get a wandering trader. Hello. He's got no teeth. I'm sorry, mate. No teeth and a load of pixels. We've seen your creaking heart. It's creepy, mate. Not as creepy as you. Actually, it is creepier than you, actually. There's an allay. This texture pack hasn't seen a texture it didn't want to pixelize. Okay. Look at that. I don't like it. Like, I like what they've gone for. I don't like the implementation. And where's his nose? He needs a sticky out nose, man. The camel. The striders. We've got the armors here. Okay, the armors are alright. Very blurry, but there's no copy and paste there, so that's fine. That's all good. If we come up here, we can see they just use the standard or as very close to the standard armor trims as possible. Very difficult to make out some of those. And because I did that on iron and they've used the darker iron, it doesn't help. Iron with the black. I think I used Netherite color. You've got the paintings here and then the weapons. So you've got like a rake. No, there's no copy and paste there. They've made changes. Maybe more as we come along here. Maybe the gold and the diamond have some, but no, not really. Shovels. Shovels are a bit more copy and paste. The swords. There's some tiny elements of change, but I'd call it copy and paste. The axes. They have some character to them. And then the pickaxes. Yeah, they've got some character to them as well. That's fine. Up here, we've got the bows. And all the other type of items on here. Let's grab this. A carved pumpkin. We'll throw that in. Oh, wow. Okay, they haven't even tried to obscure vision. I like that. That's good. This will make end busting a lot easier. So that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's fine. No surprises there. Throw that away. Got the flint and steel here. And then you've got the end portals, which I've actually said correctly this time. One empty, one lit. The Nether portal with crying obsidian. That's a very noisy portal frame. And then we've got the conduit as well. So, yeah, I took it a little bit slower there, to be honest with you. I'm not feeling too great, in all honesty. So I want to take that a little bit slower. Definitely gritty, definitely dirty. The blocks, I like I like what they've gone for. I don't like the implementation. Is probably the best way to put it. Let's head to the Nether. And so into the Nether we go. We can see the Excalibur splash guard there as well as we load in. And so we'd already seen in the Armoury that Netherrack did not look nice. It looked very blurry. It's very difficult to make out whatever it is it's trying to be. So that one we're kind of prepared for straight away. We've got the piglin over here. Quite plain. And you know what? Even the pixelization doesn't feel as bad there. It's there, but it doesn't feel as bad. I like the glowstone. That's really cool. The magma block. Blurry. Quite difficult for it to blend in and out. We've got a sharp fire here as well. And that's how it is when it burns. The lava looks alright. Not much really there to cry about. And if we come over here, we can see the blue flame of the soul. Soul sand, soul biome, whatever. Burns red. The blue flame of the soul. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. Let's head over this way. We've got some fog going on. I haven't noticed a ton of biome-specific fog as we've been going around. I won't mark it down because I haven't really been looking for it, but it hasn't been the most prominent. There is a red fog here. There never always has the biome-specific fog. Hello. We actually finally got a custom mob model, like a prominent one, not just a nose sticking out on a sheep. I like it. I'm here for big drastic changes. I like that. Very nice. If we go into survival, can I? I may not have a quick command. Let's just quickly change that. Game mode survival. How does it look when he tries to attack us? Okay, that's cheating. You were standing above me. Oh, that is nightmare fuel. Did you see that? Through the flame. Come on, do it again. Look at that. Oh, that's grim. Okay. You are no flying angel, mate, are you? The magma cube. Very ashy. This would be the perfect time to give us a variation. Nope, no variation there as well, so I'm still ringing that bell. Okay. We just fly through. There's not a ton going on in this nether. This is not a very good nether. Basalt Delta. Oh, gosh, I want to see this. Come on, variation. Nope. No variation there either. That's a disappointment. Let's go through the basalt. Or the basalt delta. We can see the fog in the distance. The whiter fog. Very good prominent fog. I like that. Alright, let's go and find ourselves a fortress. And here we are with the fortress next to a soul sand. Or in a soul sand valley actually. So we can see that blue fog a little bit more as well. Very nice. Very cool. We've got the wither skeleton here. Oh, it's a skeleton with horns. Okay, I can appreciate that. Even just a subtle change, I can appreciate that. Dude, he's wearing a crown. I think you're king, but he's wearing a crown. Just bear that one in mind. Again, just reminded of the disappointment of the non-consistent bone block. Do we have any blaze around? Let's go through here and see. Yeah. Oh, hello. You look like you got some fries on your head, mate. Okay, fair enough. Again, I like what they've gone for. Maybe don't necessarily like the implementation of it. The burnt bits, though, look really nice. But yeah, he looks like he's got 4 McDonald's fries sticking out of the top of his head. Okay, let's get ourselves the wither while we're here. If I could remember how to do that. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. We'll pop that and let it load in. And yeah, if you're here watching, please do leave a like on the video. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys are thinking about the texture pack. I know I've been very, very wordy today. Something feels very off about me. I feel a bit sick. So I think that's making me ramble a bit more than normal. And I'm a rambler in general, so... Here we go. Okay, so they got a little bit of horn on the head. But other than that, it's kind of more of the same, really. He's not exactly standing still for us. Dude, can you turn around? Can I see you at least? No, I really can't. There we go. There we go. Okay. Not a ton going on there. At least he's got the skeleton horns, I guess. Fair enough. Let's head to the end. Let's see what the Ender Dragon looks like. And so into the end we go. We've got a bit of a grainy void. It's not terrible, but it's definitely apparent, and the light flashes when you move. That's a shame. Again, still not seeing a ton of variation on these blocks. Okay, the Endermen are here. No variation on the Enderman either. Good little purple heart, though. I like that. With the big purple eyes as well. Okay. Fair dues. A little bit of a mixed bag here, but not bad at all. I like that. That looks really nice. Okay. And then we got the Ender Dragon. The purple really hits nicely. We're going to let her land again. But yeah, it's weird with the graininess and the lighting effect that happens when you move. I'm not a fan of that. And the more I see these textures, the more I don't particularly like them. Let's see. Yeah, again, very gritty, very blurry. I like the color. The color is what's winning here. The texture's not so much. It'll be interesting to see what you guys say down in the comments, I think. Let's head to the ancient city and let's see the Warden. And so we're in the ancient city then. Let's light this up and we get some good blue fog straight away off in the distance. That's got to be that biome specific fog, right? Going off there. We've got the blue skulk as well. Very nice. Okay. That looks quite cool. It's very alien in how it's crawling across. That's good. And there's a bit more of that fog over in the distance. And then, as you would expect, the stone blocks looking very strong in a medieval pack as well. Okay, this is quite a strong area. I like this a lot more than the Nether. I like this a lot more than the End. I know it's not a dimension. It's more of a structure, but I feel like this probably carries the same weight as the Ocean Monument. And the Trial Chamber, actually. I was very impressed with both structures, to be honest. So, yeah, I think they've done really well with the structures. Let's get the Warden out here. Alright, so I think the Warden's about to spawn. Hello? Are you sure you belong here? What? That is some good energy right there. I mean, where was this for the Ender Dragon and for the Wither? It's like a pigman with a snout. I'm here for that. That looks really nice. My only nitpick, and this would be a nitpick because I like how it looks, but my only nitpick is there's no skulk. Where's the skulk? Where's the blue on him? Put some blue on him. He looks like he's more made of stone than anything else. But that looks really, really nice. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, so what am I going to give this texture pack in a re-review out of 10? Well, I've been thinking about it the whole review as we've been going along. I'm actually going to go lower than what I gave it originally. So I originally gave it a 7 out of 10. Now, maybe I'm more experienced. Maybe I'm more angry. Maybe I'm more beaten down in my old age. I don't know, but I'm actually going to give this a 5 out of 10. And obviously I've got a reason, so hopefully you'll hear me out on this one. I don't like the blurry pixelized textures. Now that knocks it down a little bit. Obviously it's an art style, and I did ask earlier, do other people like this kind of art style? So I'm very much aware that art is subjective. So I'm not going to mark this down as like a 3 just because I don't like the blur on this. I'm better than that. Some people do. I like the medieval theme. I like how the blocks stick to that theme. I like the color. The color is awesome in this. But I can't overlook the few points in the description that are really bad. And you guys know I read descriptions. I look at things as if they're being sold to us. So things like custom mob models. There are some, I grant you that. There are some that we saw. Obviously, the sheep had that snouty face. Some of the cows had an upward horn and a sideways horn. The wither skeleton had the horn sticking out. The wither skeletons did. Oh, and the blaze had the McDonald's fries on the top of his head. And of course, the Warden looked awesome. Okay, so that wasn't me going for comedic effect there. I really was struggling, but I started getting them. There was a few custom mob models, but they're not in everything. Not at all. There are custom mob textures. I give you that. There are. But I don't know if you quite class it as mob models or everything. A fully custom UI. Now, I did mention at the beginning, you do have a splash card. You do have a splash screen. You do have a loading screen. You do have the color here. I feel like we've just seen better custom UIs everywhere. And so the term custom UI definitely needs to mean more, as I think the sun is rising outside of here. But I think the term custom UI needs to be like kept safe for when this is relatively changed to look very different, like more of a book. So I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. I appreciate the different colors. So yeah, maybe that's just me adding a bit more weight on that than anything else. But the one bit that really gets me is the block and mob variations. We've looked together, and other than the basic passive mobs and the squid, there wasn't any mob variations other than that, right? Where was my zombie variations? Where was my skeletons? Where was my creepers, my spiders? You know, bring me that world building textures. That's what I want to see. And then block variation. We're seeing a ton of blocks behind me now. If you can pick out a variation anywhere here, you're amazing. Because I don't see any. The only place I've consistently seen block variation is in grass. It's not enough. It's not enough, mate. So couple that with the blurriness, the pixelization, the graininess, and just sometimes an underwhelmingness. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I always enjoy reading your reviews, whether they're long, whether they're short. Let me know. Give me your score out of 10. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Please do leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it was late. Like I said, let me know. I'm going through a terrible time, but we don't need to keep going on about that. Ignore that. Please just leave a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for all of the support here and on all of my other channels, by the way. It's going amazing. Links to every channel down in the description. Check them all out. They're all growing, so make sure you join the revolution, and please do hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to go now. Peace!